Stop forcing life. The Stoic path to inner peace and true freedom. Life, by its very nature, is unpredictable. We chase after success, affection, meaning, and happiness, believing that through sheer effort and will, we can mold life into what we want. But the more tightly we grasp at outcomes, the more they seem to slip through our fingers like grains of sand. The Stoics understood this paradox deeply. They observed that much of human suffering arises not from what happens to us, but from our desperate attempts to control what lies beyond our grasp. And in our pursuit of control, we often create resistance, disappointment, and inner chaos. Their wisdom offers an alternative path, one that does not reject effort, but that guides it with clarity, patience, and alignment with the natural flow of life. Picture this: a man running breathlessly after a butterfly. The faster and more desperately he lunges, the more it flutters away. But when he finally stops and sits quietly, the butterfly lands softly on his shoulder. That's how life works. The more we force, the more we repel. But when we cultivate patience and presence, what is meant for us arrives without struggle. In this video, we'll uncover 5 Stoic principles that will help you stop forcing life and start flowing with it. If you're tired of wrestling with things beyond your control and want to experience a more grounded, peaceful way of living, these teachings will speak directly to your soul. 1. The true cost of control. Think back to a time when you tried to force something: a relationship, a career move, a personal transformation. How did it feel? Likely, you were left feeling frustrated, drained, maybe even defeated. That's because, according to Epictetus, happiness and freedom begin with the understanding of a single principle. Some things are within our control, and others are not. When we try to manipulate outcomes, force people to stay, or demand success on our own timeline, we're resisting reality. This resistance builds internal tension. It's like swimming against a current, exhausting and unsustainable. Instead, the Stoics teach us to focus only on what we can control: our actions, our character, and our responses. Everything else, outcomes, opinions, timing, must be met with acceptance. Consider a relationship where one person is drifting away. The natural impulse might be to cling, to fight, to plead, but this only drives them further. Why? Because people are not possessions. Love, respect, connection, they must be freely given. Trying to force them only breeds resistance. It's in the letting go that clarity often returns. The same applies to any aspect of life. The moment we stop grasping, we create space for truth, for healing, for growth. Ask yourself, where are you exhausting yourself by trying to force something that may not be yours to control? And what peace might return if you chose to let go? 2. Aligning with life's natural rhythm. There is a beautiful passage by Lao Tzu that deeply resonated with the Stoics. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Think of a tree. It doesn't strain to grow. It doesn't force its leaves to unfurl or its fruit to ripen. Yet, season by season, it flourishes, quietly, naturally. The Stoics believed that when we align with the natural rhythm of life, rather than rushing it, we tap into a deeper peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never be in a hurry, do everything in a calm spirit." The modern world teaches us to hustle, to chase, to do more, But Stoicism reminds us that urgency often disconnects us from the present moment. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. He doesn't dig them up every day to check their progress. He nurtures the soil, provides water, removes weeds, and then, he waits. He trusts that growth is happening, even if he can't see it right away. This is the mindset of a Stoic, to work diligently, but without obsession, to strive, but without clinging. When we give up the need to force outcomes, we create room for better, more aligned results to unfold in their own time. So, ask yourself, are you rushing through life, trying to force things to happen faster? Or are you trusting that with steady effort, the right things will bloom at the right time? 3. The art of letting go. Letting go is not weakness, it is one of the greatest acts of inner strength. The Stoics practiced what they called amor fati, a love of fate. This isn't passive resignation, but rather a radical trust in life's unfolding. It's about embracing what comes and releasing what resists. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Often, our pain is not caused by events themselves, but by our mental grip on how we think things should be. We hold on tightly to expectations, plans, people, or identities that no longer serve us, out of fear. Fear of loss, fear of being alone, fear of change. But imagine a clenched fist. The more you tighten it, the more it hurts. Relief only comes when you release your grip. The same is true for life. We force ourselves into relationships that feel hollow, jobs that stifle our spirit, routines that numb our passion, because we think letting go is failure. But letting go of what's wrong creates space for what's right. You don't need to force love to make it real. You don't need to force happiness to appear strong. And you don't need to cling to an identity that no longer reflects who you are. Real peace is born in release. Let go, not in despair, but in strength. 4. Trust the process. So often, we fixate on outcomes. We want guarantees, results, proof that our efforts will pay off. But the Stoics urge us to shift our focus, not to the destination, but to the process itself. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do what you must, and let what happens, happen." There is immense liberation in this. When we give our best and let go of the rest, we stop trying to bend life to our will, and instead, become co-creators with the present moment. Imagine a sculptor working with marble. He doesn't attack the stone impatiently. He studies it, listens to it, respects it, stroke by stroke. Form emerges. Rushing would ruin the art. But presence brings beauty. In the same way, you are sculpting your life, day by day, choice by choice. If you rush, you miss the masterpiece. But if you show up, do your work, and trust the unfolding, you'll be amazed at what takes shape. So live with intention, but without anxiety. Strive with purpose, but without pressure. Let life meet you halfway. 5. Finding freedom through acceptance. True power, the Stoics taught, lies not in domination or control, but in acceptance. This does not mean surrendering your dreams or becoming passive. Rather, it means releasing the need to micromanage life. Acceptance is about flowing with the current instead of fighting it. Imagine a river. If you thrash against it, you struggle. But if you surrender to its direction, you move with ease. Life works the same way. Epictetus wisely advised, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. That is the balance. Act where you can, Accept where you can't. Ask yourself, what are you resisting right now? What are you trying to control that is creating more tension than growth? It might be a relationship, a career goal, or even an image of who you think you should be. The moment you accept what is, without judgment, without resentment, you step into freedom. You stop being a prisoner of outcomes and start becoming the author of your experience. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means waking up. Final reflections. So, what's the Stoic secret to a peaceful, powerful life? It's knowing when to act and when to release. It's striving with clarity, but never with desperation. It's loving what is, while still becoming who you're meant to be. The Stoics invite us to stop forcing life, and to start flowing with it. Work hard, be present, trust the timing, embrace the mystery, and above all, let go of what weighs you down, so you can rise into who you truly are. Take a deep breath, release what is beyond your control, and walk forward, not with fear, but with wisdom. If you found value in these teachings, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this message with someone who may need to hear it. The Stoic path isn't about perfection, it's about peace. And that peace is already waiting for you. Until next time, stay strong, stay grounded, and stay stoic.